all roads lead to the Annika Pro-Am. Trust me, all roads, all cameras, all people will be tuned in for the Annika Pro-Am. Why? To see the GOAT, Caitlyn Clark, take over the show. We have it here.
Here we go again. Caitlyn Clark, the name that sends shockwaves through women's sports, just did it once more. But this time, it wasn't on the hardwood, it was on the green. The LPGA extended an invitation, pulling her into their Pro-Am event, and what followed wasn't just a ripple, it was a seismic event that shook the WNBA to its core. Angel Reese's reaction? Not exactly thrilled. Social media erupted, and fans were left scratching their heads, asking how did a golf league outmaneuver women's basketball in celebrating its biggest star? The truth is, the WNBA consistently seems to panic whenever Clark finds success outside their immediate orbit. This isn't just about golf, it's about a deeper dynamic at play.
Here, Caitlyn Clark will compete in the Annika Pro-Am. This is gonna be fire. Y'all know she set the whole golf world on fire last year, had everybody tuned in. The ratings jumped up.
The LPGA, with a move of pure genius, extended an invitation to Caitlyn Clark, arguably the most talked about athlete in women's sports right now. Their idea was simple: bring in some star power, generate buzz, and have a little fun. But what happened next was beyond anyone's wildest expectations. This wasn't just a guest appearance, it morphed into an absolute media frenzy. Crowds swelled around every hole as if it were the Final Four. Reporters swarmed, and suddenly, even people who'd never watched a golf tournament were talking about women's golf. That's the undeniable Caitlyn Clark effect, an organic, unmanufacturable phenomenon that apparently some in the WNBA just can't stomach. The event quickly became a testament to Clark's unparalleled drawing power. Fans poured in, creating an atmosphere reminiscent of her record-breaking college games. It was a spectacle of enthusiasm, proving that her appeal transcends the confines of a basketball court. Every swing, every smile, every interaction was captured and amplified, becoming instant viral content. Yet, while the LPGA treated Clark like royalty, showcasing her every move, the WNBA seemed to have collectively swallowed a lemon. The irony? Golf fans, typically a more reserved crowd, were chanting her name with an enthusiasm, usually reserved for championship games. The LPGA didn't just gain a celebrity guest, they landed a once-in-a-generation marketing boost, and they milked every single moment.
Next on the tee, Caitlyn Clark.
Back in the WNBA, the atmosphere was far from celebratory. As the golf world lauded Clark, certain usual suspects remained conspicuously unhappy. Enter Angel Reese. Reports quickly surfaced of her throwing subtle shade across her social media platforms, liking and reposting comments that snidely referenced overrated media favorites, and athletes who can't just stay in their lane. Fans, of course, instantly connected the dots. It's almost as if every breath Caitlyn Clark takes is met with a personal affront from someone within the WNBA. The striking part is how differently the two leagues viewed Clark. The LPGA saw an unparalleled opportunity, treating her as an invaluable asset, while some in the WNBA seem to view her more as a rival for attention. You'd think by now they'd grasp that she brings unprecedented fans, money, ratings, and headlines. Yet the cycle of perceived jealousy and side-eyeing continues.
I wanted to come say hi and introduce myself. I play out here on tour. I'm Maria. Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports, kicking ass.
The LPGA's approach was a masterclass in modern sports marketing. They embraced Clark wholeheartedly, calling her a breath of fresh air and crediting her with injecting immense energy and excitement into their event. They tirelessly promoted her interviews and posted highlights with the fervor of Super Bowl coverage. They flooded social media with clips of her swing, her infectious laughter, her candid photos with fans. They even strategically paired her with Nelly Korda, the world's #1 golfer, promoting them as a dream duo. The images of Clark swinging a club with Korda cheering her on went viral within hours. The contrast with the WNBA's reaction was stark. Absolute silence, not a single tweet, not a solitary mention.
And here's the Caitlyn Clark effect, Morgan, with Maria Fossey and other players out here following.
That's good.
A lot of fun. Made it easy on me.
Annika, could I steal you for a second? I don't think I'll have like bigger, I can't say bad stuff on TV, but badasses once together. We're doing a fun, like,
Get on that side.
there we go. Yeah.
I'm next.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hi,
How are
Caitlyn.
you doing?
I mean, I said it, the buzz from the players
Over here, so.
I'm distracting you.
For no, y'all are trying to get
Has
finished.
been huge.
Somebody take this picture.
By the way, Allie, an outstanding
let's do
point
it.
guard in her own right in Fulton, Mississippi. All state.
Thanks for
Nice to
being
meet
here.
you. Yeah. Good luck.
The WNBA's silence was not just noticeable, it was deafening. Fans were quick to notice, flooding the WNBA's official channels with comments like, "Why can golf celebrate her but not you? She's your player." And the LPGA just showed y'all how to market a star. This lack of acknowledgement from her own league sparked widespread frustration and a growing sense that the WNBA was actively squandering a monumental opportunity. It felt like a deliberate oversight, fueling the narrative that the league harbors an inexplicable hesitancy to fully embrace its biggest draw. For too long, the WNBA has pushed a narrative of collective success, often emphasizing that it's not just about one player. While the spirit of teamwork is vital, the reality is that Caitlyn Clark is the primary catalyst for the current surge in viewership and public interest. When she shatters viewership records, a faction within the league often downplays it, asserting it's not just about her. While technically true, let's be brutally honest, she's the primary catalyst making people care. That's the uncomfortable truth many in the WNBA seem unwilling to confront. Her individual magnetism is undeniably lifting the entire league, yet this fact is frequently met with resistance rather than robust celebration. The LPGA's clear-eyed vision stands in stark contrast to the WNBA's apparent resistance. They openly shared the spotlight, never once displaying insecurity. They welcomed Clark, amplified her presence, and masterfully leveraged the moment to uplift their entire sport. This is the hallmark of smart, forward-thinking organizations. Meanwhile, the WNBA in this scenario has been likened to that one coworker who resents you for excelling at your job. This dynamic fueled the online firestorm. Fans witnessed a dual reality, Clark being cheered by thousands at a golf event, while her own league couldn't even offer a congratulatory nod. What's even more remarkable is the LPGA's organizational flexibility. This event wasn't even slated for national television, but after an overwhelming deluge of fan requests to see Clark, the LPGA swiftly altered its plans. They aired it nationally, and boom, ratings spiked. Women's golf just enjoyed one of its most monumental publicity weeks in history, all because they dared to say yes to Caitlyn Clark. This proactive, adaptable approach highlights a stark difference in how leagues respond to unexpected star power, demonstrating a willingness to break tradition for growth. Historically, successful sports leagues have understood the immense power of individual star athletes. Think of Michael Jordan elevating the entire NBA, or Serena Williams becoming synonymous with women's tennis. These leagues didn't shy away from promoting their legends, they built empires around them. The NBA didn't begrudge Jordan's fame, they celebrated it. The WTA didn't ignore Serena, they promoted her like a legend. The WNBA's current approach to Clark feels like an anomaly in this history of sports branding, where a league appears hesitant to fully capitalize on its most potent marketing asset. It's almost as if golf, of all sports, had just delivered a free real-time masterclass to the WNBA on how to effectively promote women's athletes. The online battlefield only intensified as fans continued to react to Angel Reese's subtle yet consistent jabs. The comments section across sports pages quickly devolved into a digital war zone. LPGA fans sang Clark's praises. Golf professionals lauded her impact, but a familiar, loud corner of WNBA Twitter absolutely lost its collective mind. You could almost feel the bitterness radiating from posts demanding, "She's everywhere. Can't anyone else get attention? Or this isn't basketball. Why is she in golf now?" It was as if people conveniently forgot that Clark didn't invite herself. The LPGA extended the invitation because they recognize a superstar when they see one. And this is precisely where Angel Reese's reaction became a focal point of discussion. Insiders suggest her annoyance stemmed from Clark's golf videos outperforming anything from the WNBA offseason. She even publicly liked a post urging Clark to focus on her jumper, not her putter. The internet, ever vigilant, screenshot it instantly, and the mocking irony exploded across feeds. Angel's acting like she's allergic to Caitlyn trending. She's golfing, not stealing your paycheck, and every time Caitlyn breathes, Angel hits the dislike button. The entire spectacle reeked of pettiness, especially when juxtaposed with the LPGA's savvy handling. Their official page posted Clark's clips repeatedly, with effusive captions like "Basketball star Caitlyn Clark brings her energy to the fairway," and "Caitlyn Clark proves she can shine anywhere." Each post was brimming with positivity, even prompting golf fans to clamor for her return next year. The WNBA's main account? Still nothing. No acknowledgement, no support, just deafening silence. It's almost as if they're allergic to good publicity. This radio silence ignited fury among fans, who began directly tagging the WNBA in LPGA posts, asking, "You realize this is the same player giving you record-breaking ratings, right? Why can't you celebrate her like golf does?" It's a fair question, perhaps the most critical one. The fundamental truth is this: Caitlyn Clark's soaring fame benefits everyone. When she trends, women's sports trend. When she commands attention, more eyes turn towards the game. Yet, a segment within the WNBA seems incapable of grasping this. They perceive her popularity as a threat, a rival force, rather than a powerful current of momentum. Angel Reese's reaction serves as a textbook example. Instead of leveraging Clark's immense spotlight to elevate her own brand and the league as a whole, her response is consistently personal. But here's the harsh reality: it's not personal, it's business. The LPGA understood this. They shed insecurity, seized a golden marketing opportunity, and ran with it. They weren't concerned that Clark hailed from another sport. They cared that she could attract new fans, and she delivered. The crowd at that LPGA event was monumental. The roar deafening. People chanted, "Let's go, Caitlyn." They held signs and even sported Indiana Fever jerseys on a golf course. When was the last time women's golf generated that level of electric energy? The LPGA transformed a single event into a viral phenomenon, delighting sponsors, captivating media, and benefiting everyone involved. Crucially, Clark wasn't attempting to steal anyone's moment. She conducted herself with grace, humor, and humility, laughing at her errant swings, high-fiving her caddy, and patiently taking selfies with countless fans. Her authenticity resonated, completely devoid of any perceived arrogance. Contrast that with the frequent perception of tension within the WNBA. Too often, it feels like an environment where players throw subtle shade rather than unequivocal support, where friction trumps unity. It's almost as if Caitlyn Clark's unparalleled popularity has unmasked a deeper dichotomy, the clash between growth and entrenched jealousy. The LPGA's open arms demonstrated the power of embracing change. The WNBA, in this narrative, illustrated the pitfalls of resisting it. This dynamic is why fans are overwhelmingly gravitating towards Clark. They see her as a genuine advocate for the growth of all women's sports, not just basketball. She has participated in golf events, cheered for women's soccer, and openly praised female athletes across various disciplines, embodying a desire for collective victory. Yet, every time she ventures beyond the confines of basketball, a whisper or shout of shade emerges from within the WNBA, and frankly, it's becoming tiresome. Fans are weary of the drama, they crave progress. The Caitlyn Clark effect is clearly expanding far beyond the basketball court. She's rapidly becoming a cross-sport phenomenon, a marketable icon whose appeal transcends traditional athletic boundaries. Other leagues, from soccer to tennis, are undoubtedly taking notes, eager to replicate the LPGA's success by inviting Clark to their events. She's gonna get more invites, celebrity events, maybe even tennis next. Every league that welcomes her wins, and the one that ignores her keeps losing. This trend highlights a critical point. Clark's brand power is now an independent force, a magnet for attention that any smart organization can leverage for massive gain. And this brings us back to Angel Reese. Her consistent pattern of public, albeit indirect, reactions to Clark's successes has become as predictable as it is polarizing. Whether it's liking critical social media posts, making thinly veiled comments, or the infamous LOL under viral clips, Reese's actions continually fuel the narrative of a deeply personal rivalry. This ongoing drama, while generating engagement for some, ultimately detracts from the broader message of unity and progress in women's sports. It makes the WNBA appear internally fractured, a perception that doesn't serve anyone's long-term interests. The cost of this insecurity, particularly for the WNBA, is immense. By prioritizing perceived internal fairness or grudges over maximizing its biggest stars' broader impact, the league risks squandering not just financial opportunities, but also the chance to expand its audience exponentially. This golf event wasn't just entertaining, it was a potent warning. A clear signal that fans will loyally follow whoever celebrates their heroes back. And right now, that loyalty is shifting from the WNBA to golf. Let that sink in. Golf is outmarketing basketball, all because they allowed Caitlyn Clark to simply be Caitlyn Clark. She brought her charisma, her massive fan base, and her undeniable brand, and the LPGA embraced it without jealousy, without petty drama, just smart, strategic business. Caitlyn Clark has transcended basketball. She is now a colossal brand, a unifying connector, and a living embodiment of how women's sports should operate. When she wins, the entire ecosystem wins. If only people would cease fighting it. The LPGA wasted no time in debating fairness. They recognized value and acted decisively, and that's precisely why they're trending for all the right reasons, while the WNBA, conversely, continues to trend for all the wrong ones. So, if Angel Reese genuinely cares about growing the game, as she often asserts, perhaps it's time to put the phone down, shed the personal grievances, and realize that collaboration utterly eclipses competition, particularly off the court, because right now, Caitlyn Clark is living rent-free in half the league's minds, all while effortlessly securing more brand deals than all of them combined. What's your take? Did Angel Reese completely overreact, or is the WNBA simply too green with envy over Caitlyn Clark's success? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you believe the LPGA just delivered a marketing masterclass to the WNBA, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because we're here to dissect every single sports meltdown that unfolds next.